People tell me that Elementals is one of the most underrated Pixar movies of all time. I watched it and I said, why? This movie is kind of boring. Now, when looking at the idea of creating Elementals as a movie, especially by Pixar, it made sense. I mean, they already tackled emotions, toys, superheroes, before life, afterlife. It's very fitting that they went and tackled Elemental, and I was generally excited with the idea. And then those commercials came and then basically gave you everything that you thought it was going to be. And essentially, it took the tropes of Zootopia, something that we've already seen, and it felt generic. And this movie was directed by Peter Sohn, who also directed The Good Dinosaur. And you guys know I hate The Good Dinosaur. Not that I hate Elemental, but it definitely does follow the trope of we've seen it before and we've seen it way much better. Not only that, I feel like the only reason why people talk about this movie is because there was nothing to talk about during the SAG AFTRA writer's strike. Remember that brief period of time that practically ruined streaming services for the world because now everything costs a fortune to watch. Elementals follows Ember Lumen, who is fire, and she runs this business with her parents after they left Fire City or something like that it was called. And Wade, who is this inspector, gives them a bad review, and Ember's trying to stop that, but it's that her anger issues just constantly get to her. It's why people constantly turn on her, and even her parents don't believe in her because of it. Everything about this had the potential of being bland and generic just from the start, and I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what this movie did. If this was again written by the OG Pixar crew, this would have been one of the greatest movies of all time. Instead, it's just your typical movie. It even has popular songs played in the background. They do write an original song called "Steal the Show," but the song is whatever. Um, Later on, with another movie that I'll be talking about later on in this series, they do a way much better picking a song that fits this movie, and that song is just kind of like the thing that we're supposed to be attached with Wade and Ember, who have their typical chemistry. The funniest parts were Wade, um, you know, being strong, but then he's like, "Oh, I don't like this. I want to my regular body," and he's fat and chunky. That was actually really funny. Like when they do creative stuff like that, that was really cool. But when you watch the movie, it's just so boring. That's gonna be the ongoing thing I'm gonna say, and it follows the trope that you would expect. The fire people don't like the water people, and for a movie called Elementals, they hardly tackle um, earth and wind. Just mainly fire and water is the main thing that they tackle. But eventually, when Ember and Wade kiss and they even touch hands for the first time, it does feel special to them because they get to have feelings on this journey, trying to stop this review that Wade caused. So it's just like it was just plot device after plot device, and this kind of became a trope for Pixar original stuff. They just kind of like just threw in a bunch of stuff and it just wants you to care. It honestly did feel like it was written by AI, if I'm being honest. Like if you went on ChatGPT, write your typical Disney movie on elementals as the main characters, this is what you would get, honestly. And that is very unfortunate because Pixar does have creative people. The next movie I'm gonna review is Inside Out 2. So it tells you that they can put in effort and they can bring in new and original people. Um, Peter Zong, you gotta go, son. You are pathetic. You just give me the bare minimum. You were solid at one point, but you just suck. I'm sorry. Someone just gotta tell you to your face. And every time I see his name on a Pixar thing, I'm just not gonna watch it because 90% of the time he'll probably just give us a movie that we've already seen, but make it bland, boring, and generic. And that is exactly what this was. It's not horrible, but it's not one that I would go back and rewatch. This movie gets a C minus. It's not horrible. There is some goodness to it. The animation is pretty cool, and some key elements look cool. So that was a bonus for you. Like I mentioned, Inside Out 2 will be my next review, and trust me, I have a lot more positive things to say about that movie. Take care, everybody.